guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to have back on the channel Alfie Warren, and yes, pleasure getting you back on.
Yeah, sorry, Sam. It took so long, mate. But it's yeah, been a busy period, should I say? It's not just in boxing, within life. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But we're all good though.
no, good to hear. And yeah, so we'll quickly run through the show that you've got on Friday. Should we? We'll start with Karim Aegis. He's
Yeah,
boxing Adam Yahas over 6 rounds. Talk about that fight.
yeah, very good little step up for Karim. He's been after the Kurt Wiggins fight, had a hand injury during that fight, so had a little quick run out in Malta as well. But we want to end the year off with him and keep him as active as possible. Some big fights out there for Karim, especially the most natural one at some point at the end of the year is the Kurt Wiggins rematch, which we yeah, definitely welcome that. But I think that should be for higher stakes.
Mm.
That rematch is really well deserved.
For a belt.
One of the fights of the year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I had the pleasure of being at that one, and I thought it was an absolute cracker. Karim put him down. I think it was twice in the first round, which built him a good lead. But I thought Kurt started coming back on strong later on. It was sort of a fight of two halves, really.
It was the right result, I think.
Yeah,
Karim done his hand in the first round. I thought it looked like he was gassing out, but he was in a lot of pain. Went through it and all that, but the two knockdowns secured the draw for Karim, really. But I mean, what a high competitive fight that was. But you know, sort of like a mini version of Andrew Kane and Baluta,
yeah,
that
yeah.
sort of thing. And it was really like that. Like Karim really come out the traps well. Looked like he was going to stop Kurt at some point, and then the hand injury played a big part in it. But yeah, we have to run that back at some point.
He,
But I'd
he
like to
looked
run
good
that back.
in Malta when he fought that Marku. He looked quite good in that fight.
Yeah, he does. Karim's really a great fighter. His record doesn't do him any justice of how good he is, Karim, and we're yet to see the best of him. He's had a lot of problems outside of the ring as well, especially the start of his career, which is why I mean you look on BoxRec, it's a bit stop start
Yeah.
as well, with a lot of issues that had to be ironed out. But he's on it now, and he wants to keep active. He wants to do everything, and we're here to guide him to his full potential.
Yeah, and he's got a good opponent in Adam Yahya, who's got a winning record. He's no stranger from British soil. He's fought over here quite a few times now. I think he fought Ryan Farag last week, and yeah.
Yeah, yeah, tough man. He gives everyone a run for his money. And I'll tell you something: if he could see any holes in you, he'll exploit them, and if he fancies it, he'll go for it. So Karim's got to be right on his game. And like you say, he's been in against British opponents before, so he's got to look better than the other guys and all that, and that's what he's got to do.
hmm What weight's that fight at Superfly? That one or?
I'm pretty sure it is. I'll have to ask the matchmaker there. I'm not too sure what weight it's at, but
Mhm.
I think it is Superfly,
And it, and
possibly Bantam.
and it's good that he's getting another opponent with a winning record who's coming to win because that's what he wants at this stage of his career, doesn't he?
Exactly that. Exactly that. Listen, it's exactly what he wants fighters out there that's going to test them. Ryan Farag fought him. Ryan's coming off like one of the career best wins of his career against Casey, the
Mm.
Commonwealth. Was meant to be like Farcell Braithwaite as well, and that was a opponent they brought in. It wasn't supposed to be a walkover for him. So, he's there to test people, and he will test Karim.
Yeah, exactly that. And a fight I'm looking forward to, 6 rounds in the middleweight division between Emmanuel Zion and Ryan Maycock. Great fight, this one.
Very good fight. Very good fight. I'm really glad that got made. Ryan, Mr. Reliable will go in there with anyone, any challenge, and we don't represent any of the guys, but the fight was put to us, and we thought, yeah, get it on, get it on. It's definitely, it'd be great for the viewers.
It's a cracker. It's a cracker of a fight, which is really a toss of the coin, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely,
Because Ryan
100%.
fought Istvan, didn't he?
That's right. Yeah, on the last one he did. Oh, sorry, one
Yeah.
minute. Sorry, I
Um,
got you. So I got
pardon?
you back. Sorry about that. Yeah.
That's all good. And
Uh,
yeah, Istvan, he's fighting as well. He's fighting Dimitri Atakua. I'm not sure. I probably said that completely wrong, but yeah, that's 6 rounds again in the middleweight division. That it's Istvan's third fight.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's his. He's not taking any easy challenges. He wants to keep active. He's a very, very good talent. We've really got high hopes for him. I was delighted. We was delighted to get him out on the Queensbury show on that. It was a big opportunity for there and against a good opponent,
Good
and
exposure for him as well.
great exposure for him. Great exposure, and you know, we um, we got really, really high hopes for him. He's a great, great talent. He is a great talent, and he'll go in with anyone. That's
And
what I
he's
love about him.
and he's fought.
I'll put any name to him, and he'll fight him.
Yeah, because he's had two fifth. Not many people on their debut or even the first two fights go into two very hard fights. Kane Morgan and Ryan.
Just shows you the caliber of the fighter he is.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you know about his opponent? Because he's had 16 wins, 23 defeats, so sort of half and half ish sort of record.
Yeah, it's not an opponent that we chose at first. It's an opponent that we drafted in for him. I can't remember who we had lined up for him, but sorry about that. I'm just checking something there. That's all right. I can't remember who we had lined up with him before, but we know we brought this one in. We just want to keep him active, and it's again on the another great stage. He's had this will be his second fight on Box Nation. Last fight was on Queensbury. He's going the right way to getting on those big shows. And listen, I don't know much about his opponent. All I know is about our man, and I think he's going to put a show on.
Yeah, and he brings the crowd as well, doesn't he?
He's got very, very good support for someone, so someone, who's not from this country, who's based here, He's built a lot of, fans from the gyms that he trains in. He trains down the rival gym. They all come out and watch him. I know that when he trains there, all the kids and all that, they're in awe of him, the way he is and the talent he is, and it's brilliant. And I know that all the youngsters down there want to, they want to, you know, be like him. And yeah, the thing with, like you say, Ishvan is, the first. I don't know many people that take that first two fight. To be honest with you, this fighter might be a little bit behind these first two fights, but he's got to keep active. And I just wanted to put on the show that he always does. But I've got very high hopes for him. 2025 is going to be a big year for him. We're really going to push him.
Good to hear. And Naldo Yemri, 6 round super lightweight division. He's boxing Christian Bellema.
Mm.
Talk about that fight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about the opponent there, but Yemri is just, a hugely popular guy. He's fitting in with, um, with the with the actual international fight night thing, and we're pleased to give him the opportunity to, showcase it. And he wants to get there. I mean, he's already fought for titles already. He it's brilliant what we're doing now. I mean, we're getting these international good
Yeah, I
quality
mean that
international
Luca
fighters.
who fought the other week. I mean that was a good fight. That one.
Which one was that? Oh, yeah,
Luca's
Plantic,
fight.
and yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's brilliant, and they're getting seen. We done massive numbers for that show. It was really big, and we're looking to do a bit of the same now. But this is where we're attracting all these guys now. We're getting calls from overseas. Even American fighters. Are on our phone. They want to come over here and fight. Obviously, we've got to make it work financially, and if we can, we'd love to bring them over here to give them a chance. There's so many, like um, under the radar top talents, and the platform for Box Nation is the place to bring them out. It's the opportunity. it's the opportunities we create. It's what they lead on to. We've had you see Lloyd Farrington, Jack
Easy.
McGann, all these guys. You know, who else? Christian Fetty, last one. You know, all these guys are fighting on this
Fayek Newman as well. That was a great fight.
Fire and Newman, yeah. I mean, Fire, and that, we put him into a title fight, but on the other ones, but some of these guys on the back of it are getting big promotional deals. If they're not getting big promotional deals, they're going on to big mainstream promoter shows, and
Hmm.
it's brilliant. But these international, Yemery and all those guys are looking at this. They know it's the pathway to getting on these big shows. So it's like to work with them. I can't wait to see him fight in the fresh Yemi. It's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, same. I think he was on a bit of a knockout roll, or he's 9 knockouts as well. I've just checked BoxRec here. He's 3 knockouts on the bounce, so maybe another KO come Friday night.
I hope so. I hope so. People, that's what they want to see. That's what they want to see. We want to see some good boxing, and we want to see some stoppages. That's what it's all about, and this is what these guys bring.
Harris Diz Nidu. He's 15-0. The Jakub Salia, who's 4-1-1. 8 rounds light heavyweight division. This one.
Great fight that's made. There's another guys, the opportunities, and it's brilliant. These guys. Like I'm just repeating myself. They know that the opportunity's there for them. This is be a message for all these fighters. Take your chances. Take your chances. Lloyd Farrington done it against Trevor Palmer. Go in these 50-50 fights. That's it. This is the way you're going to attract the guys. And it's the way that it's going to bring the best out of you. This is what I'm saying. All these journeymen, they're brilliant for your development, but you get to a stage where you go, do you know what, Nat? Put me in another fight. Put me in a test.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
exactly. You
sometimes,
mentioned. Oh,
yes,
sorry.
sometimes it doesn't work out. Listen, Alfie Gaskin with S.A. Smith, we done that early on. It doesn't matter. Listen. If it doesn't work out, we rebuild you.
I mean,
You
he
know, it
got a
ain't the
good
end of the
knockout,
world.
didn't he, against that Josip Stranek? He had a good winning record, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. This is, you know, this is the quality of fighter that we want to put on, and these ones we want to showcase. It's brilliant giving them all the opportunity to do so.
Yeah. And another good fight. 8 rounds light heavyweights again. Alban Bemetta v Mario Vigave, I think it is.
But Meta, yeah, I can't wait to see him. I've heard so many good things about him. Not seen much of him, but since he's been announced on this show, I've heard really, really, really good things about him. It's going to be fantastic. Another unbeaten Albanian fighter. It's Albanian night in York Hall. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. I
And they
can't wait.
always bring a noisy crowd, don't
They
they?
bring a noisy. Then there's some of the most loyal supporters. They really, really follow their own. They really, really do. And we got three of them fighting there: Yemri, Bermeta, and then the top of the bill, which we'll speak about shortly. But you know, it's it's brilliant because ever since them things, I don't really have heard of some of these fighters. High, like top of the bill, high Nelson, I've heard of.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, that's given. But Bametta and Yemri, I don't know too much about. And then once we announce these shows, I start speaking to people within the industry, telling me how good these guys are. So it's a thrill for us to have them on and see them in the fresh.
Yeah, is that exactly that? And of course, you mentioned Brometta. He's had 18 fights. Is it maybe this fight, and then maybe you look at a title fight, or just see how it
You
goes?
go, oh,
I can see you. Uh, you're on mute at the minute. You're on mute at the minute. Hang on. Uh,
oh, is that it? Is that okay? Yeah,
yeah,
I'm sorry about that. It's all right. Just trying
yeah.
to get. That's all right. It's my dodgy phone. Sorry about that. Yeah, can you repeat that last question? Sorry, fun friend.
Oh, okay. I said Bramet's, he's had 18 fights at the minute. Are you thinking, is he closing in on a title fight, providing everything goes well on Friday, or?
Yeah, I suppose so. His management obviously will sort that out for him
Oh,
if it
you
goes
you
there.
don't manage him.
No, we don't manage these guys. We work with Nelson very very closely, and hopefully we'll get something over the line where we'll be working with each other regularly in the future. But Meta, hopefully I want to work with all these guys. We don't manage their careers as such, but we're providing a platform for them.
And it's good to have them on the show as well.
Brilliant. Like I say, we've got all the fighters around the world. Plantic coming to your call. Nelson Hysa coming to your call. These are all guys that want to fight in this iconic venue. It's a pleasure for us to put these guys on.
100%. And you mentioned Nelson there. We'll come on to his fight now. Nelson Heiser, he's 18 and it's a heavyweight main event. He's 18 and over Ariel Bracamonte. Talk about your main event of the evening.
Yeah, we had some. Well, it wasn't the original main event, but thank you for Nelson. He wanted to keep on the show. He could have easily. He didn't want to let his fans down, which just shows you the kind of guy he is. But it. This is about it. This is about him. He is a heavyweight contender. He wants to be up there. He wants to get in the mix with these guys, but he's knocking on a bit. He's old, not old, older, older, but he's a dangerous man, a very dangerous man, and he, wants to springboard into the um into that mix, into the heavyweight mix. It'd be a fun addition.
Could
He
we
really,
maybe, see him with the likes of Fraser Clark, Adelaide, maybe fight one of those guys in the future?
absolutely, absolutely. Listen, he wants to go to the top, but to go to the top, you got to do you got to fight these fighters. But for him coming over here to the UK, he knows that's where the heavyweight scene is.
Is it his first fight in the UK?
This is UK debut. This is what this is all about. He wants to come over to the UK. He wants to fight over here. He knows that's where the heavyweight scene is, and he knows, an impressive performance on English soil, on a good platform like Box Nation, is going to do him wonders getting those big fights.
hmm And you mentioned Box Nation, how, you've been putting your shows on Box Nation for pretty much the whole year. And yeah, how does it feel, be working with Box Nation? And can we expect future shows to be on Box Nation as well next year?
Yeah, business as usual. It will be bigger and better. I think we've had a brilliant year. We really, really have. Somebody had. This will be our. I mean, we had our test. Was it our first event? That was on the Queensberry channel. That was Casey's world title fight. That was in the beginning
Oh
of
yeah.
the year, which was more or less a Box Nation show. Shall we say it really was? It was a
Mhm.
Box Nation show, but then we went to Liverpool, where it was supposed to be Casey and Farag, and then that ended up being the Hannah Rankin and
Naomi.
Maya Mason. Yeah, that
Yeah,
which was brilliant. It was a good show.
was
But
yeah.
then Farag and Casey, and then we had Plantic fighting
Balako.
Balako with Newman and Fayak. What a show that was!
hmm
Brilliant show, fantastic show. We've got Nelson Heiser UK debut, and then we've got Emma
Emma
Dolan.
Dolan.
Emma Dolan, you know, after
And
that win with Shannon
that's
Moore.
looking like a good card as well, that one on
Brilliant.
December 8th.
Really, really is. It is. We're trying to set some good fights up there. We've got some good names on there as well.
hmm
You can see the names that we're
Few
attracting
of
now.
your new signings as well were making their first fight under you on that show as well.
Tommy Murphy. Tommy
Mhm.
Murphy will be making his debut. Brilliant. I love having him on board, Tommy. So these guys know that this is the next step. The shows they've been fighting on and all that, which have been great for them, keep them busy. But the next step up is platform because because of what the platform leads on to. You're gonna get your opportunities. You're more likely going to get the opportunities there. Do you know what I mean? It's not just with Queensbury; it's with other promoters. We've had inquiries from other promotions
Hmm.
about fighters on Box Nation as well. So, we're really doing it right. The formula's great. Warren Boxing Management fighters are fighting regularly. They're getting good exposure, and we're creating opportunities, and that's exactly what our job is.
Exactly that. And yeah, before I let you go, do you want to just tell the fans what time the doors open on Friday night and what time the first fight just roughly would be?
First fight would be six-ish, about between 6:30, 6. Doors will open quite early. We're expecting a huge crowd anyway. So, um, I mean, doors are open about 5-ish, but I'd get there well before because, it's going to be a hell of a job getting everyone in. This is
But that's
how
what you like.
this is how big this event's going to be Friday. You'll see it. You'll see it there, Sam. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
coming down. Are you
Yeah,
coming down for it?
I'll be at this one, yeah, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you something. After on Saturday, do an interview with whoever, if it's me or someone else, and then we'll see what the atmosphere is. Oh,
Hmm.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right, Sam.
And thank you for your time, Alfie, and good luck with the show.
No problem. Thank you, Sam. Cheers.
Bye, Alfie. Thank
Thank
you.
you.